Episode 6 begins with a shorter week on site, following the Easter bank holiday break. With work paused at the start of the week and no midweek filming, this episode focuses on a smaller window, but one that still shows steady progress. As teams return, activity centres around keeping the site moving. Materials continue to be transported across the site, with some areas still relying on double handling, while preparations remain ongoing at the pinch point, awaiting final sign-off. By the latter part of the week, work begins to pick up. Ground is broken in key areas. A new activity starts to come into view as the site continues to develop. Elsewhere, finishing works are completed, with road markings finalised and traffic management removed, marking the close of this phase. A shorter week, but a clear step forward. On Tuesday, work along the main access route continues at a steady but controlled pace. This corridor is a key part of the wider build, allowing materials and plant to be moved through the site to support the future viaduct works and surrounding construction areas. Progress here is influenced by ongoing restrictions further ahead at the pinch point, meaning movements remain carefully managed. Throughout the day, activity largely consists of repeated runs of plant and materials along the route, keeping the site supplied while other areas are still being prepared. Although conditions remain consistent for now, this section of the site is closely tied to the wider programme and will see significant change as the pinch point develops later in the week. This phase of works on the A28 involves the breakout for the main water connection serving the site compound. This installation provides the essential water supply required for ongoing site operations, forming a key part of the wider compound infrastructure. From what can be seen here, the works are now at the reinstatement stage, with fresh tarmac being laid following the earlier excavation and connection. The actual tie-in itself appears to have taken place on Wednesday, when I wasn't present on site to capture that stage. Once fully completed, this connection ensures the compound has the necessary utilities in place to support continued construction activity across the scheme. Although relatively short in duration on camera, it represents an important utility milestone that underpins everything happening on site going forward. This stage of works focuses on the excavation for the bogmat crossing. The area is being cut and prepared to form the base for the installation, with material removed to reach the required formation level. This is the early stage of the process, creating the footprint where the terram layer, sand carpet and timber bog mats will later be installed. This stage of works in the compound area focuses on the final line marking. White lining is now underway across the newly formed surfaces, defining the internal layout of the site. Centre lines, directional arrows, zebra crossings and junction bell mouth markings are all being applied to establish clear traffic management within the compound. These markings help organise vehicle movements across the site, separating pedestrian areas from plant and delivery routes and bringing structure to what is now a fully operational working environment. We're back here at the pinch point, where preparation works for the bogmat crossing continue. The terram geotextile layer is now in place, forming the separation between the ground below and the materials above. A sand layer is being spread across the surface, blinding the membrane and creating a level working base ahead of the timber installation. This stage is about building up the structure in layers, ensuring stability before the bog mats are put into position. Late on Thursday afternoon, a return to site captures progress as work continues through the half-term period. By this stage, installation of the timber bog mats is already well underway, with multiple sections now in place forming the first layer of the crossing. Here, a telehandler is used to position each timber mat, carefully placing them in sequence to build up the structure across the prepared base. Even towards the end of the day, work continues steadily, with each section added bringing the crossing closer to completion. By Friday, work here at the pinch point is well underway, with the timber bog mat crossing now being built up in full. Following the initial excavation and preparation, the structure is formed in layers: a Terram geotextile base, a sand carpet, and 3 layers of timber bog mats laid over the top. Each layer is installed in alternating directions, distributing the load and creating a stable surface capable of supporting heavy plant and delivery vehicles. In an area like this, where ground conditions are softer and access is restricted, this type of crossing is essential. Without it, repeated movements would quickly break down the ground and limit progress. Now, with the crossing complete, that limitation is removed. Aggregate deliveries, which were previously on hold, can now move freely, with tippers able to travel directly through and tip at the working platform area. As the camera moves forward along the newly installed bog mat route, the impact of that becomes clear. This is no longer a constraint on the site, but a fully established access point. Beyond this, the southern access routes are now in place, and the working platform itself has already begun to take shape following the final stages of clearance. From here, the next phase is ready to begin. Into next week, the focus shifts to building up the platform, with significant volumes of stone and aggregate expected to be brought in across this route. Additional plant is also expected to move into this area, supporting the next stage of build-up. With access now established, movement increases and the pace of the project begins to step up. And as the camera pulls away, this section of the site, once a pinch point, now becomes a key link in the chain, connecting early groundworks to the heavier construction phases still to come.